also very low on health. Zap holding it, going in. Yes, punch it.
Good afternoon and welcome into the Campus Cut Showcase brought to you by the Academy of Art University and San Jose State University Esports, powered by Red Bull Gaming. This spring, Red Bull partnered up with Riot Games to bring you guys Red Bull Campus Clutch. It's the world's biggest university Valorant tournament to college campuses nationwide. It offers teams from more than 50 countries the opportunity to compete against players from all over the world for a chance to win monetary prizes and more. I'm Stephazoid, and today we have some great collegiate Valorant action for you. We're kicking off round one of the Campus Cut Showcase, where teams are competing for a $1,000 prize pool with Florida State University versus Rutgers U. And to bring us that action in one of the best casters in town, Kanashi.
Man, that is such a great hype up. But yeah, thank you, Steph, for introducing us. And yeah, we're gonna get right into this Campus Cup showcase, and this is gonna be our first time actually seeing these two teams go head to head, at least from our production side. But we know that both of them coming from the East Coast themselves, they've probably faced off before, and I'm just ready to see what these guys have to offer.
I am super hyped for this action. I'm curious to see if anybody is going to be running Astra since she is the newest character in play at the current moment. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and I definitely want to talk about the rosters that they do have available for both sides. We haven't been able to, meet them yet, but Florida State does have Aroma, Migster, Winston, Slap Stickers, Rain, Sand, and Unholy Banjo. On the other side for Rutgers University, we have the best student, Relaxed Potato, Skirt, Fruta, um, WDEKs, Justin, and Ape Stance.
They are going to be an amazing team. I wonder if we're going to see any double controls since that seems to be the meta in pro play every once in a while. We'll see if these collegiate levels are going to bring us the same, if not more, hype than we see on a normal basis.
Yeah, and especially with the introduction of Astra, we don't know if that's going to be a new replacement for the second controller as well. It does offer a lot of utility that the Sentinel class usually has. So we'll see if that's used at all today. If not, two controllers still running like the Brimstone Omen. Very rarely we see Viper, even though I love Viper personally. But we'll see how teams decide to roll out here. This is, you got to make a big first impression. This is the first, match that we are streaming. And also, you kind of have the spotlight on you guys. So definitely set the bar high, and hopefully we get to see them later down the line as well.
100%. Round one is going to be quite the show for us today. And I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, and these two teams, just to get us started off, we are going to be starting off on Ascent, as it appears. And Ascent is one of those maps, a lot of teams are comfortable with. There is, literally two sites. There's a very big emphasis on mid control. So we'll see how these two teams decide to play into it, and if anything does change as we're starting to load right in.
And here we go. Ascent's also not one of those maps that were picked very often. We're seeing it a lot more now with the introduction of Icebox. So Ascent's become one of the better favorites. I think Icebox has become more of the outcast at this point in time. So it's all about that mid control now.
Exactly. Icebox, I just feel like it's just really big. It's just hard to get used to. Like for Haven, at least you have three sites. Like it's big, but there's like options. When it comes to Icebox, it's just like big with only two sites. But yeah, we'll see how they decide to load in here. As both teams are starting to lock in quite a bit. And let me just make sure that I have these on the right side. I do not. There we go. Okay, so Florida State is going to be attacking first, and Rutgers University is going to be playing defense. And it looks quite standard so far. We're waiting on the last lock-in from Rutgers before we get into here.
We're seeing a lot of the normal choices here for Ascent. We've got Killjoy being picked, we've got Omen, we've got Sovas for your intel, your controls, your sentinels. We seem to be locking in pretty hard on that. I'm still on a mix-up between whether I think Cypher or Killjoy is better for this map because they're both so good for this map.
Yeah, and they both lock down a site quite well, and they could also, if they do decide to play B, they can also offer utility in mid. That gives you just like an extra presence there. You don't have to physically, give up your body to be in that position, but they can get a lot of information either with Alarm Bot or the Cypher Cam. So
100%.
yeah, we're going to be starting off here. Ascent, first match of the day. By the way, we are going to have 2 matches. We are going to start out with this one, and we have one more lined up after this, but we have yet to figure out who we're going to be seeing here. Typical pistol round. We're just seeing a lot of light armor, utility, and classics. It looks like on the side of Florida, they are actually going to opt in for a couple of ghosts. So we'll see how these 2 teams decide to go in and roll in on their first attack.
I like the ghost meta a lot more, I think, lately. For a while there, I was enjoying the light shield and the classic, but the ghost is just such a better pick of a weapon, in my opinion. It just offers you a longer range, a harder hit, and I think it's a better gun for a faster fire rate.
Yeah, and we see really quickly Justin is just going to push in to be main. Does spot out one as they are going to start out the engagement. And just playing it nice and slow, just starting to get some poke damage, but 3 of them are going to be swinging on. They are going to trade 1 for 1 there. And it looks like, actually, they are going to find another pickoff. So on the side of Florida State, they are going to be up 1 player. So they're trying to figure out which site to hit.
That push out is always a dangerous one. It's a 50-50 chance that you're going to rock that push out. And I think that was a point that you needed to back up a little bit and reevaluate that push out because you know they're going to push back in.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they're deciding to do as they're going to be engaging here onto A, starting out in tree. And Florida State is going to be rushing onto A, trying to lock that down as quickly as possible as the spike is going to be planted here by Mixter. And now it is going to just be up to the jet. Skirt is going to catch a bullet to the face as Florida State is going to be taking the lead.
Winston coming out with those final 2 kills, just catch him just off guard there. It was a good rotation, good push. It was a little bit of a split push there, and they dominated that control there and took A site pretty confidently.
Yo, it was really interesting to see at first they were swinging into B. They found the 2 picks B, and they just kind of played it slowly. Most teams like to just, okay, well, we have numbers advantage, let's just go in. But it just shows the patience from Florida State and how they like to play this out. So here we go into round 2. As the Owl Drone is going to be going in first. Does spot out the Cypher. And there are going to be a couple of trades here. Rain is going to catch 2. And there is going to be a couple of trades here, but the attackers are just going to clean that up. Gun advantage and just making sure that they can plant that down, get that extra 300 as they move into round 3.
Aroma taking him out there at the end there too. We're getting a lot of double kills here, just taking him out very smoothly with those hard pushes in. I think we just need to take it a little bit slower on a defensive aspect here, just to allow them a little bit more time to rethink their hard pushes.
Yeah, that was round 2 as well, and it looked like Rudgers actually decided to save there. So that was okay for them, just being able to say, like, all right, we're going to just make sure that we have guns next round. Even if it is just like okay, we'll just quick clean up. And that's exactly what they were saying. Skirt's going to find that first pick onto Rain and force a little bit more pressure on the side of Rudgers. But Florida actually dropped 1. They are going to try to make their push here onto A. It's going to be up to Jonah. Jonah's just stuck in hell here. Going to be able to catch 1. Can he catch more? He does, but he is going to get traded. Bigster is actually going to pick up 2 with the Spectre. And the spike is going to go down. It's going to be a 2v3 as Rutgers is going to be playing this retake. Justin sending out the boom bot, trying to see if he could get any information. Oh, they're right outside the smoke. Mixter trying to swing onto it, but Justin already knew it. He's ready to swing onto that. Now Aroma versus the world. Can he do it? No, he can't. Justin's going to be able to clean that up as the defuse is going to come through.
This is a very solid retake by them. They took it a little bit slower that time, and it worked out very well in their favor.
Yeah, they played it slower. They had better guns at that moment. Oh, Fruta, it looks like there is a disconnect on their side. The Cypher getting stuck potentially. We've seen that quite a bit actually recently with a couple of the bugs where Cypher will actually get stuck in their camera. So we'll see
Yes.
if that happened to Fruta with a quick disconnect and reconnect, hoping that they could get out of that cam situation. But it looks like they are back. We will see if there's another disconnect, but in the meantime, we could discuss their lineups. One of the big ones, obviously, um, besides the difference in duelists with the Reyna versus the Rays, is also that Killjoy versus Cypher that we were discussing earlier. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like those two, it's always a big debate when it comes to Ascent, because we know that Killjoy can lock down a site quite well, especially if you put a lot of utility on like B highway or like
Mhm.
the entrance to tree on A. It just forces so much pressure. But coming out on the other side, the Cypher does give you exact like positioning when they do get caught in trip. But we are going to be heading into round 4. Rain decides to go for an op here. Let's see if they do find a pick here in mid, or if they are just going to play it nice and slow. Aroma's actually going to open up the doors for Florida State. He finds a pick onto Jonah. Rain taking a little bit of damage already. Already down to 29, but Justin just trying to play it nice and slow here on B. Slapsticker is going to send in that arrow, but it is going to have a lockdown following it immediately. So Rutgers trying to scramble out of here, sure that they don't get caught, as Florida State is going to be making their push on. There is one player detained. Let's see if they can find them. We don't know which side it is, but Rain is just going to hold the corner, hold this nice angle with the op here. Aroma's also going to be rotating out into that corner, as the spike is already going to be down there. Playing it nice and slow. The blind is going to come through. They do throw a smoke in front of B main, so just to block the vision. They are going to grab Rain, so no op in this particular fight. Justin already grabbing 3, but Florida State is just going to be able to clean up the rest of them off of the information that they got. So 3-1 lead going in favor of Florida State.
Aroma and Slapstickers are definitely pushing in very hard and very successfully, coming in to wipe up the team and clean it up and make sure that they get those wins. They're taking it very patiently, moving in very strategically together, and it's a good thing to see the duo working together there.
Yeah, and that's something that we really love to see in the collegiate scene, is just how tight these teams are. You have a lot of time to practice, and especially over quarantine, it's been a little bit more time to, play games, not have to be on campus all the time. It's a little bit nice in that fact, but as we say, nice, Mixter gonna already find a couple of opening picks, and now it's just gonna leave Fruta with this Bucky. Will they be able to get something? The Lear's coming out, playing on the near side, gets one. Can he grab another one? He's trying to find it. He's gonna get chipped away from A main and brought down there. Slapsticker's just gonna get that extra plant money. And 4-1 currently in the lead for Florida State.
It was a good effort as a 1v5 there, being left alone on site with a Bucky is a hard place to be at. No, you did the best you could. That blind went out and was able to take out Winston pretty quickly. Unfortunately, Rain was able to escape that though.
Yeah, and if they dropped Rain, that would have been a big pick for them, at least to take the op out of their hands. But we'll see how they decide to shake it up. It was a save round for them, so at least they got a pick. We'll see what else happens here. Rain's going to get brought down quickly. That one-way smoke coming out from Jonah was really big. And Fruta going to be throwing that, the neural theft, that's what it's called. Throwing it down just to get the information about where they are. And they will see that they are a couple top mid, one mid, and one lurk in B. Winston's going to find Jonah, though. So now back down to a 4v4. Teams are slightly rotating through. Mixer is going to find one as well out of B main, trying to force a couple of rotations that side. And Aroma's going to find Fruta there. And Fruta is going to be beneficial on that end. It looks like they are leaning towards A, and Rudgers kind of knows this. They want to back up Cypher. They're going to see if they can get any information out of the util. They saw the tripwire get broken here. So Fruta's just checking the cam, making sure that they do have sight here of what's going on. Skirt trying to bang through the wall. As they take out the other tripwire here. The spike is down here. Slapstickers is going to get brought down by Fruta. And now it's just going to be a couple of players left. They're trying to get through here, but Justin and Skirt are going to clean it up. Rutgers is going to get another one on the board as they bring it up to 2-4.
Winston did some work there at the end, trying to push back Cypher and raise there Justin and Fruta up and on Heaven there, and held them back for just a little bit, just long enough to get that plan down, able to hold them off for the best of their ability, but unfortunately was taken out by those headshots. It's a rough spot to be shooting up to Heaven. It's a hit or miss. Either you're gonna hit those headshots or you're gonna be taken down. And it's unfortunate that Winston wasn't able to get that pull off.
Yeah, it's a little bit, obviously, we're not at this crazy high level that these guys are at, but yeah, it's just a tough engagement. You have to be able to know that their head is going to be peeking out from that side, as they are going to be starting off this engagement, round 7, officially in the quarter. Rain just hiding in this corner here, and let's see if they decide to peek it out. They do. Justin's going to be able to find them, trying to push the smoke aggressively. And the rest of Florida State is saying, okay, yeah, let's not go there. Let's try A again. Worked out for them last time. They just had to get through all the Cypher util. And Fruta just chilling up here.
You should run.
In the corner. As the lockdown is going to be thrown down, they are going to put out the sonar arrow as well, just to get some information. Aroma going for the blind. It looks like here comes the attack onto A site. Winston gonna get the plant down here at Tetris, and he's gonna get brought down quickly. Skirt is gonna find that headshot, and the rest of the team is trying to get on here. Jonah's just gonna TP over here in the corner. Zebek has the Odin, just goes through the floor, and now he's just trying to close in here onto this. Mixer's got Slapstickers back. He's gonna be able to clean up too. It cost him their life. So now it's just Slapstickers versus the world. Can he get it? No, he's not. Fruta's gonna be able to clean that up, and the defuse gonna be going down, as well as the defenders are actually gonna be able to get that.
It was a great play by Mixer, being able to hold off those 2 kills and make sure that Slapstickers was in a safe position to get that ult off was a solid play by them for sure.
Yeah, and this is gonna put Florida State a little bit on the back foot here. We don't know if they are gonna decide to save, and it looks like it's kind of a mixed buy coming out from them. They might want to save. It looks like the Omen is gonna just grab a Sheriff. They kind of want to win this round. They want to keep their momentum going, but they might not have the funds to do it. They're starting out here. Once again, round 8, starting to get into the later rounds here. Fruta this time sets up on B, which is something that I was mentioning. It's if they know about one site, you start setting up on the other one. Fruta is going to be able to find Rain and going to be able to bring it up in their advantage. It's just interesting to know where they want to play. Justin's going to grab one through the Cypher cage as well, sending in the boom bot just to see if we could find anyone, but they're just trying to get out here. They do throw the spike in the back, so we'll see if they decide to play, make sure that we get some clear. If we need to rotate out, then we go and grab it. But they know that there's a lot of them here, so Jonah's going to be hopping down. They do get revealed. Oh, the swarm grenade right at his feet, but it's not going to be for nothing. As Justin's going to be able to get that trade. Now it's just Migster, but Fruta is going to be pushing through the smoke, trying to get that kill, and it's going to tie up the score here versus Rutgers and Florida State.
Well, they're able to bring themselves up. They're playing a lot more defensively now, and I think that's a super beneficial thing for them. As we just saw, they didn't push out as far. They weren't as aggressive on their defense, and because of that, they were able to get the picks and kind of force Florida to have to push a little bit more cautiously onto the site there.
Yeah, this time it looks like it is going to be a save round coming out from Florida State. Just see what kind of picks they can grab. If they could grab a couple guns, maybe turn the round around. But we will see. Rutgers is going to be playing it nice and safe. They put 2 in mid this time, so they're going to help Fruta out if he does see anything on the cams. Justin's going to be peeking from market, playing it nice and safe. They did hear that first one. Slap Circus is actually going to get that headshot, and Justin is going to go down quickly. And that's one pick that they found on B. But as we saw Florida, they tend to play it nice and slow. They look for a couple picks, they see where they can go, and they kind of flex that advantage and keep the pressure up. Skirt is going to be able to even it out as he picks up Rain. Classic 4v4 here. Jonah trying to spray through the smoke, maybe get a couple of people. They are tagged quite a bit, but the eye comes through. Jonah going to be able to clean up Slapster because he's going to swing as well. Going to be able to grab Winston, and now trying to get the rest of it, but Quebec is going to be able to clean that up with that Odin, and Rutgers is going to be able to take their first lead of the match.
That Odin is such a dangerous gun to go up against. It's so rough to even face the Odin. I'm happy to see only one person running the Odin though. I know that when you're running more than that, you kind of question how this game is definitely going to turn out. But we do see a full buy coming out. Light shields on Migster though, which is a little hit or miss, but we've got the AK the Vandal to pull that off and hopefully get a few picks.
Yeah, and another thing about the Odin, usually it is played on the Sova, but on B site to just get some information. Justin's just gonna push forward. He's just like, okay, we got the W key. We're gonna try to use that as quickly as we can, clear out as much as possible. But with that information, they know that they are in B main. They're trying to push on quick, but there's just so much pressure coming out here. Quebec is gonna grab one, Skirt grabbing another one, and once again it's a 3v5. They're all just kind of corralled in here as they're trying to push on the B site, get a couple of trades, but that's not going to be the case. They just caught him off quick, just cut off any rotation points with that ult. Good use by Justin just to force out the team into one corner.
Justin came out swinging there with the op with the ult, not the op, the ult, and just bunny hopping through catwalk there, getting all the information, knowing that there's nobody in mid. A is probably clear and good to go, knowing exactly where they were, and that ult is always a scary thing to hear, so you've got to push quickly. You got to make sure that you're not left in the open.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. 6-4. Rutgers is going to have that lead now, but it's not for nothing as Florida State is going to start playing it nice and slow. They could even up the score by the half. They do decide to do this well. Playing it nice and chill. Playing in the smoke right in front of A main. The blind is going to be coming through. They are going to return the blind on the other end. Rain has the knives out. Tries to go in, but is going to get clipped immediately. And they're going to be throwing down the Cypher neural theft there. But Skirt going to be able to get banged through the floor. They had the information and Skirt was just ready for it. Fruta trying to get in a little bit more information, but they are just going to be able to clean up the rest of them behind Generator. Just get that quick defuse. And that is going to be another win for Rutgers. They're starting to find a little bit of a stride here.
Gaining that momentum. Defense is a rough one. It's a hit or miss with Ascent. I feel like you're either going to have solid defense or it's going to be a little questionable. And we saw that double push for a little bit there into the change up to a hard push. So I'm curious to see if Florida's going to change their strategy here and maybe catch Rutgers off guard a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to find a couple more picks, maybe swing it in their favor. A heavy lean towards B this time, but Skirt is just waiting there. He's going to be able to grab one. Can he grab another one? Trying to get out, and they will. Backing up, playing it nice and slow. Skirt's going to grab Rain as well. And the Odin going through the wall. We knew that this was going to happen if he had the information. Zabak going to be able to grab one. Aroma going to be able to trade in mid, but Justin already finds Migster. Now it's just going to be Aroma versus the world. Gonna be able to grab two. They walk into his crosshair. Aroma trying to be the hero play here. But Zabak waiting there with the Odin is not going to allow that to happen. As it's going to be 8-4. Rutgers is going to be leading going into the half.
At Odin, we called that it was going to be a dangerous play, and we knew as soon as he met B site, the Sova with an Odin is always a dangerous play. Just that info and the ability to just fire through that wall freely is Winston was punished hard for that one.
Yeah, they were just waiting there. They had the information, they had the gun to go through the wall at first, but being able to swing and understand, hey, you know what, they want to push in here. They think that they just picked off the two who were holding it down. But you know, now that the sides are flipped, we'll see if there's any switch in mentality or any way how the teams decide to play this out. So here they go into the half here, and Rudgers is going to be on the attack this time, trying to find the opening that they want. Slapstickers playing it nice and slow in the smoke here, but Rudgers is just kind of feeling it out. Looks like they are heading towards mid and A here. We're starting to get a little bit more information. Fruit's just going to be able to find Migster first, as the cage is going to allow them to cross through or up into A site. They're going to get that spike down quick. They're just going to throw it down a lot. Now the pressure is on to Florida State now, sending up the Boombot. Didn't quite make it up to the ledge, but it's okay. Zavek trying to get a little bit more information. It's going to get popped immediately. They are going to see where they are. The recon bolt's going to give them so much information. Slap Circus is going to go down. Jonah's going to be able to grab a ton. He's going to be able to get 4 at the end of this. And he's just cleaning that up for Rudgers.
Jonah coming in with those 3 kills at the end. That's insane play there. Just an easy way to come back around behind them. Just take them out one by one. Not enough time to react there.
Yeah, and we're going to see what Florida State decides to do. It looks like it's going to be a full save, which will be beneficial for them next round because it forces them to have better guns going into that next round. But meanwhile, the Rudgers is just going to buy up, get a little bit more damage, but Aroma's going to be able to grab 1. Drone is going to grab 2. So the trade is in their favor. Trying to bank through the floor. Zavek just making a lot of noise with that Ares, as they are going to be planting here quickly on B. And they're trying to just get some guns, maybe try to take the fight again.
Spike planted.
Is trying to find the first one, but Fruta already in B main. And now they know that Mixter is here because he broke the door. And is trying to back out, but Fruta's going to be able to clean that up. Once again, it was a full save round for Florida State, so overall it's been a pretty okay round.
That 1 pick is still pretty solid. It does put them at a slight advantage. It means that they are able to full buy as a team, where Skirt is unable to full buy here, and they are still left with Ares and Spectres here rather than Vandals and Phantoms, which is already a beneficial place to be in. We are 10-4. We'll see if that helps bring them up to an even playing field here.
Yeah, we are approaching into round 15 here. 10-4, as Rutgers is going to have that lead. Skirt just putting on the Nikes, just lacing them up, trying to go fast. And Aroma sending in that blind. Can they find anything? They do find 1. Aroma trying to push in, get a little bit more in, but Justin's going to be able to swing onto that. And now they're playing it quite quietly. They know that they want to play on the B. I say quietly as everybody else is going down here. That's just how it is sometimes. Justin and Jonah are just going to be able to clean up the rest of that. And even with the smaller buys, it looks like Rutgers is going to be able to take another round off of them.
Their strategy seems to be working for them. We haven't seen them really push A on its own just right off the bat. The B pushes are going very solid for them. We're seeing a lot of util coming out by Jonah to make sure that he gets things smoked off, and they're able to take site pretty convincingly and very smoothly because of that util being used.
Yeah, this is going to force Florida into another safe round where they have to save some money before they go into round 12 and make sure that they have full guns for their potential game point here. But they are playing it nice and slow, just playing default, waiting for them to push in. Just trying to feel each other out. Skirt is actually going to get the first pick on Aroma. So that is going to put him at a disadvantage, as Florida State is still trying to look for more updrafts. Gets out of there as quickly as they can. They're like, nope, 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 nope. People in tree don't want to be there. But as we see, Rutgers is doing a very quick rotation out here. You didn't expect there to be such a quick swing, as they are going to be trying to take over B. Mixter is just chilling in the smoke, waiting there. So is Rain, as they're trying to figure out a way how to get onto site. Oh, and a shock dart going to be able to tag up Fruta early, but Justin going to get the spray down on 2, pushing down in a market. And can he grab the last one? He's got the classic out. He's going to be able to clean that up. A 4K for Justin in order to bring it into match point for Rutgers.
Justin is just dominating right now with his blast packs being used. Is just watching his util is great. He just flies in, he uses it for his escape. He used it to go full force into Slapstickers there and was able to take him out with that classic, and it's great play by him.
Yeah, it was just a great heads up play, and I would say as well, just having the information and knowing, the team is pushing from this one spot allows them to be so aggressive and take what they want. But this is match point for Rutgers. If they're able to close this out, we will be seeing them in the round of 8. But we will see what the other teams decide to do. Trying to spray through the smoke here. It's Florida State trying to hang on for their tournament life here. Playing it pretty default overall this time for Rutgers. They're not being super aggressive one way or another. They're just trying to find picks, apply some pressure here and there. Slapstickers going to be sending out that recon dart early. Oh, but Mixer's going to win that fight against Jonah. They are going to go in. Justin going in with the rocket. See if they can find anyone. They do find one. Sends it right over their head, but it's going to be able to still clean it up with that Phantom. And now they're going to apply a little bit more pressure as they're heading onto A site. Slapsticker's just trying to get a lineup here. Has that owl drone going to be able to find one, trying to bang through whatever they can and sending in more util. But it is a 2v3 opportunity here. Can he find the picks? Fruta, Justin going to be able to find one. So now it's going to be just all up to Slapstickers right here. Can he do it? No. Rutgers is going to be able to win this 13-4. They're going to be able to clean it up here on Ascent. Just overall, this match was amazing. Just really tight all the way through. Even though the scoreboard shows it's 13-4, you have to put into perspective that there were a lot of really close rounds that came in between these two. And also, from learning from chat, it looks like Florida State has only been a team for about a month. So if anything, this just shows how tight and how well knit this team could be in the future.
100%. They learned to work together. They're working on the whole team aspect and being able to move together smoothly. I don't know if anybody else has played just suddenly with new people, but sometimes the meshing and trying to be able to work together with playstyles is such a hard thing to come across and dominate together as a team in general. So, valid, solid plays by them, definitely learning to work together very well. And they did come out with some great things. I do want to talk about Justin, though, being able to fully dominate as Ray's there, just flying into things, being able to get out of sight quickly, and just super confident in their playstyle in general.
Yeah, just having information as well as just great firepower coming out from Rays, they were able to just utilize that to their fullest advantage, and we saw that firsthand here with Rutgers University. But we'll see what other action we have later on. Don't worry, we still have another match coming up later down the line.
Apply now at redbullcampusclutch.com.
Hey, what's up guys? Where you been at? I've been waiting for you. My name is Michael Buffington. I'm the concept art lead in the game development department, and in game development, we do really cool stuff. In fact, we teach you guys how to make games. Check this out. As you can see, we got beautiful artwork all over the walls, really high level stuff. Students are doing really good work here. But I got something else to show you. Come on. So down here, we got one of our concept art classrooms, and it's full of Wacom Cintiqs. And on these Cintiqs, people do all their 3D and their concept artwork. They draw directly on the screen, and we have a whole classroom full of them. It's super awesome. Check it out.
Hi, welcome.
This is Jacqueline Jockson, aka Jax. She's one of our concept art instructors, and she's teaching some really cool stuff in this class. Tell us what you're teaching, Jax.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, welcome to GAM 328. This is Monsters vs. Mechs. This is an upper level concept design course here at the Academy. In the first half of the course, we create our own kaiju Pacific Rim style. And in the second half of the course, we concentrate on hard surface design and create our own mech or Jaeger or Gundam to fight our midterm monster. Let's check out some work. Hey, SJ, what are you working on?
Hey, take a closer look.
Yo guys, I got a bunch of cool stuff to show you guys. Come on. So as you can see, everywhere around the department, we have really cool artwork all over the walls. But what I really want to show you is our esports room.
I'm coming.
This is Michael Witzel. He's our tech lead, and he's the head of all the really cool esports stuff that we do here in the game development department. Mr. Witzel.
Hello. Welcome. Come on in. You know, the best part about being here is our game lounge. Here, check it out. Pretty cool, right?
Hey, David, are you busy?
Not for you.
So this is David Goodwine. He's the executive director of the game development department.
Hi, thank you for coming. How we have things set up here is more about the community. Somebody might have an idea about a game or how they're going to make it, and then somebody else has another idea. Community, they feed off of one another.
So if you guys are interested in making games, if you guys are interested in things like concept art or 3D or game design, programming, scripting, game animation, or anything like that, we'd love to see you here one day in the game development department.
Yes, we would.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Delicious. Triple kill! Boo-Boo taking it out. Oh my god! Boo-Boo with the 3K clutch at the end there. The double spray transfer. Oh my god. Very low health, but let's see here. Cold Cutie is also very low on health. Zap holding it, going in. Yes, punch it!
Welcome back, everybody. We are here with the Campus Clutch Showcase, and we're on round 2 of this showcase where we have 8 teams competing for the semifinals at this current moment in time. Our next game coming up, we're going to have Georgia Tech versus Texas A&M, and I hope you guys are just as hyped as I am for this. Once again, we have our wonderful caster Kanashi here with me today, and we're gonna talk a little bit about these 2 teams that we have coming up, and a little bit more about this last match that we witnessed as we wait for these teams to get ready to give you a solid game today.
Yeah, we're just waiting on a couple of players to load back into the lobby. But for now, we can discuss the last match, which was Rudgers versus Florida State University. And when we just finished this one up, it was a 13-4. But if anything, it is just obviously a good learning experience for these schools, as well as just showing us what these schools have to offer.
Yeah, it's honestly great to see these teams coming out with just these solid just movements together. And I think that we saw a lot of that with Justin Fruta coming out, and Jonah coming up, just solidly bringing this team together and dominating that last game.
Yeah, just a lot of pressure, a lot of, fast-paced action, which is something that most people who do play Valorant are trying to get used to. Obviously, on my level, we're just playing it slow, but these guys are playing at like rapid fire pace, and it's amazing to watch. Um, but once again, our next match is Texas A&M versus Georgia State. We have yet to have them play together. Once again, we are starting to learn about all of these teams, but there are a couple of things that we can currently discuss. We could talk about all the new skins that are coming out. We could talk about Astra. Uh, what what would you like to fill the time with?
Well, I mean, like let's touch a little bit on these previous teams. I'm looking at the scoreboards from their previous matches, from their round one matches, and it doesn't look
Mhm,
like we see Astra at all across the board
mhm.
in these games that we have coming up for stream at the very least. We do see a lot of omens still. We see a lot of ciphers. We got our faithfuls of the Jets, and we do see Breach on a couple matches here. We do see Killjoys. It's a lot of the normals that we see, a lot of the people that you're bound to see for these games for a solid comp. And it's very rare that you're not going to see a Sova. You get just such good intel with Sovas. Ciphers are another one. Having that Sentinel to lock down as well gather information is a huge beneficial aspect to your team comps. And you can never forget about your entry frags. Without them, how are we even going to get on site?
Exactly. Like it's something that a lot of teams are more comfortable with. It's just running a lineup that, there's no like finicking around with certain characters and how they work. It's more of just like, okay, I know how this works. I'm just gonna run it and play it according to the way how I want to play it. So I'm glad that we see some of the same rosters or same lineups that we usually see. It just shows how well, the collegiate scene can really execute on them.
I mean, it's clear with how these teams are playing with each other and against each other, their involvement with Valorant itself, as well as the community and their interest in the pro plays, because you're seeing a lot of the strategies and a lot of the movements that you would see in pro play as well.
Yeah, so it's just mimicking the same thing. Like if you see something that has great results, you're gonna want to do it yourself. And it's the same concept of like when you sit courtside at like a basketball game. Like you see these guys who are playing at such a high level, and then you're just like, oh, I want to try that. But then you realize that you're only 5'6" and you can't dunk, and you don't have like you don't have 4 feet of hops. It just doesn't happen like that. But at least you could take some of the plays that they do that doesn't require genetics.
Exactly. It's all about that movement together, those call outs. You can tell where you're getting call outs out and where you're getting your call outs are dropping off. Um, in our last game here, we saw Florida versus Rutgers, and we saw a little bit of difference in util being used and how it was being used. And we noticed, at least I noticed that on some plays here, we had a lot of Rutgers utilizing Omen's utility very, very well. And we didn't see that same level of util being used by Florida there.
Yeah, it's just a difference of the way how Omen players play. It's like, do you want to use um most of the time you want to save near sight for when you know that there's more than, 2 or 3 people in a room, because if you can land that, that's that's just a multiplayer blind. It can't be blocked, except, with by stepping off to the side. But most of the time you either just start seeing the little fog come around you, and then it's just like, okay, I could only see 2 feet in front of me now. It's just it being able to execute on Omen's utility is really important. And I feel like that was one of the things that Rutgers nailed down quite well. Florida was a little like hesitant when it came to it. And
Mhm.
sometimes when you're hesitant in Valorant, you end up not using utility that could have won you the round. So it's
Exactly.
like use it or lose it at that moment.
I think a lot of things too is it was pointed out a little while ago that Florida has only been a team for a month. if I'm not mistaken. And that's a huge difference in time frame playing together and how you're going to play together. And I think that showed, especially with things like Omen's util. We saw on Rutgers' side that the the Omen's util was used very aggressively. The team moved together very aggressively with his util, and they're very confident in their movement together with that. Where we didn't see that as much with Florida, and I think that's partially because they're still learning how to move together in that same level of confidence.
Yeah, and that just takes time. Once a couple players start getting closer, you play for a lot longer. You start to find, your tendencies, your quirks, and making sure that everything works out according to plan. And this doesn't mean, like this is the end of the road for Florida State. If anything, this is just another stepping stone to just see them grow and become better later down the line. Um,
Oh, 100%. It is just the beginning for them, and I am so excited to see where they go from here because it's only going to go up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna touch on our next match real quick, which is Georgia Tech versus Texas A&M. We are looking at the current Campus Cup showcase bracket. We are in the round of 8 now, or round 2. But both Georgia Tech and Texas A&M were able to beat their opponents quite handily. Georgia Tech beat the University of Mississippi 13-1, and Texas A&M beat Berkeley College of Music 13-2. So both of these teams are um, very strong and want to push the tempo. And yeah, we're just waiting on the lobby to be created. But these two teams are, they're definitely putting some pressure on. And I'm kind of glad that we get to see them in round 2.
Oh, I am too. They got some pretty convincing wins there, and I'm looking at their comps here, and again we have very similar compositions, with the slight difference here with Sentinels once again, where we had Killjoy versus Cypher, and I feel like we're gonna see that a lot again. And it looks like one map was Ascent, the other one was Haven, which is gonna change that choice in Sentinel as well, but it was still one of those things where you're going to have one of the two. Usually it's very unlikely that you're going to get both of them.
Yeah, and I also feel like it depends on which side the teams decide to start on. I feel like
Mhm.
Killjoy offers a lot on either side. Same thing with Cypher being able to cam around corners and stuff like that, but it really depends on like what the team is more comfortable with running, depending on which side. I feel like at the same time, I play the low tier. I got totally bashed on by what is that the Score Esports, where they put out a video just saying like, why do you pick low tier trash like Viper? And I'm like, I like Viper, but the
'Cause
thing
she's
is,
fun to play.
she's fun. But Killjoy kind of offers the same utility if you want to be able to throw, you want to throw a nano swarm from across the map, land it directly on the bomb, and then activate it from there. You can do that. So I want to see if other teams decide to use that as the same trick, or still use it on defense where you set up and have the alarm bot go off and then just pop both of them and trap them in that spot. Um, but yeah, it will depend on the map, what we see from the map, and also what the teams decide is most comfortable for them. Some of them lean more towards Cypher just for the information.
Mhm.
The other side is, Killjoy does offer more damage. So it just depends on how the team is comfortable and what they
Mhm.
want to decide to run.
Yeah, it's a completely different style of Sentinel here. And like you said, Cypher does require, or it offers a lot of information. Killjoy, on the other hand, offers a lot of deterrence and a lot of coverage and information from different points. Like let's take like Haven, for instance, offering her on attack. She allows you to completely cover flank across to your spawn side, which makes her super viable in a lot of ways. Cypher can lock down a site completely by himself, also a super viable choice. And then once again, we're seeing a lot of the similarities with Omens and Sovas for your solid smokes, as well as your intel across the board constantly, as well as your jets and your phoenixes for that entry frag, those flashes. And I'm happy to see not a mass amount of flashes, because we did have that slight meta at the beginning of Sky's release, and with Yoru being released and having flashes as well. I'm always concerned we're gonna get just the flash spams, which is just terrible to play against and just terrible to use, in my opinion.
I thought you guys didn't like watching the game, so we just brought everybody who has a flash. So we'll just have 12 flashes in the match, and yeah, you can't see anything for the rest of the game. You'll get to see that little icon that has like the little eye crossed out. That's the gameplay now. But one of the things I remember, I was watching a video recently of this guy who was using Sky, but would send out the bird, right? But not
Mhm.
detonate it. So they would
It was the
throw
bird.
the bird, yeah, the bird fake, and they would just throw it into a wall, and everybody like starts turning around, and then they would just have a phoenix run in immediately afterwards, and they're like, "This is the most funny thing I've seen in a long time." I want to see if we get any other bird fakes if we see that coming up, or if we do decide to see slower play. I would much rather not have to play with a billion flashes and be able to see
Mhm.
the match. But if that is the way how a team decides to run, if they're just like, oh, my W key is broken, we're going fast. We I'm totally down to see it.
Yeah, 100%. We do see a lot, and I think those are fun, cheeky little plays we get to see every once in a while, and it definitely brings us a little bit of a different type of entertainment to these games, and creates a different playstyle. I don't think Riot intended their flashes to be used in this way, which makes it funnier for me.
Yeah, people just think, okay, if a flash is coming around a corner, just look away. But people sometimes forget that sky flashes are, you could actually shoot the bird. That is a thing. It is very small, I have to give you that, but it's just very very difficult to land. But we'll see what teams decide to run. We for the most part we have had that debate of which sentinel. For the most part, it's been Omen, even though he was the one who got the most nerfs
Mhm.
in the most recent patch. I used to play Omen all the time, and then I was like, "Oh, slower smokes. That's not enough for me." And I still play him. It just takes a little bit longer for smokes to get from one side of the map to the other. You just have to be okay with dial-up internet speed when it comes to Omen smokes from across the map. But yeah, it still works. It's still efficient in the way how it works, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen a lot more brims, but I do understand the fact that he has like he has three smokes and that's it. Meanwhile, Omen has two smokes, but they regen
Mhm.
over the course of the game.
They're definitely he's still such a viable character. He brings so much to the table with his refresh of the smokes, as well as being able to utilize his ult for a surprise attack or even just to gain intel. He's still
Hmm.
such a viable character. And can never forget the blinds. The blinds definitely can come in super clutch in great times. But, again, though, Brim, I agree. It's a little surprising that we don't see him at all because he was buffed a little bit there. His smokes last a little longer, but again, he does only get limited to those 3, and that's it. You're done. So if you're pushing a fake, you're not able to take sight in the same way. You just need to utilize and be super smart about how those are placed when they're placed.
Yeah, and I also feel like a lot of people discount what is it, Stim Beacon by
Mhm,
Brim. Most people just think, oh, it's fun little like disco pad, but it does allow you to peek around corners and reliably get more damage output. But a
mhm.
lot of people are just like, oh, who threw a frisbee on the ground? I gotta go pick that up real quick. But honestly, it's just like if you're able to utilize that the fire rate a little bit more, I feel
Mhm.
like Brim will have a better you know time in the spotlight. But for now, it's just Omen is just really like reliable. You can have him in different spots. You have to consider shadow step still. He's just got a lot of solid utility.
100%. Those steam beacons though, like I've seen them used even as a decoy sometimes. You'll
Hmm.
see somebody throw it across on a different spot and push from a different angle because, when you see that stim beacon go down, you kind of expect somebody push through that because of how much of a buff it does allow you and how much more damage output you get from it.
Yeah, and teams will be looking for that too. They'll be like, okay, well, it's on the ground on this side, so they're gonna be pushing from this side. And then
Mhm.
you peek the other corner, and they're like, okay, that
I
happens
wasn't
sometimes.
ready.
Yeah, they clearly showed us from the other side. So another thing that we were discussing, if we're going back to that Sentinel discussion, the ult. You have neural
Mhm.
theft from Cypher being able to tell you where everyone is at that moment, but Killjoy also allows with lockdown the ability to clear a site, or at least force them into thinking that you're going to take an entire site and they have nothing
Mhm.
to do. Um, so we'll see if those two decide to play out again, the whole debate of the two. And it looks like we are going to be getting into this next match pretty soon. Let's just check on their match. They're here. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna chill, see what they decide to run. And when it does come down to these matches, once again, we do have their lineups. Texas A&M is going to be running with Aggro, Dill, Dam, Jim Jones fan, Hellum, and a bunch of dash marks. We're gonna call him Barcode just to save time. And then Georgia Tech is gonna have Darkened Matter, Mastro, Kwansky, Grover, Ox, and Jala. Oh, no, Jalapagelleno. Could have just made it jalapeno, but Jalapagelleno.
They wanted to put you on, keep you on your toes for this, just for the fun
Yeah,
of it.
I can't. Oh no, I really hope that they're in game, but at the same time, I really don't want them in game. I don't want to be tongue tied like this. I'm getting called out pretty hard, but we'll see how well these two teams decide to play it out. But yeah, they handled their first round quite dominantly, so it's going to be really
Mhm.
interesting to see if these two teams are more evenly matched when it does come up to this level, or if there's going to be, um, less butting heads and more of just like, okay, one team was just really lucky on that one round. So yeah, we're about to get into this.
Definitely. I'm pretty stoked for this because they, like you said, they did dominate pretty convincingly. We had a 13-1 and a 13-2, so both teams definitely did extremely well in their previous matches. So I'm pretty hyped for the plays that we're gonna get to see in this next match here.
Yeah, and it looks like our first map is going to be Haven, and on the side, Georgia Tech is going to be attacking first, and Texas A&M is going to be playing on defense. So we'll see if those two switch up. Once again, we do have the difference in Sentinels. We have that Cypher versus Killjoy once again, but we'll see what the last couple of picks are for these two sides. It looks like it's pretty much a mirror except for that the Sentinel pick. So that is going to be something that's really big as we're going to be heading into this match. But yeah, it's attack side Killjoy, defense side Cypher to start, as Texas A&M and Georgia Tech are going to be heading at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And these are both the same comps that were used in the previous matches as well. And it looks like one team played Haven last round too. Texas A&M actually played Haven in their last game. So we'll see if that benefits them at all, or if Georgia Tech is going to give them a run for their money here.
Yeah, it depends on how well like this team, they probably had the coin flip once again, and if they won, they went with Team B. I think Team B picks the map, and then the other team picks the side. So if Texas A&M decided to pick Haven as their map, then that meant Georgia Tech picked the side. So we'll see how comfortable they are on this map, and if we do get to see any cool rollouts, as they are going to be starting out here. Just a lot of util being used just to try to get some information. They know one is out on grass right now, because of the shot recon dart start off the match. They do have a little bit of information coming in. They saw with the Cypher cage, he's trying to get some damage off, and they know that they're planting here, but Helms is actually going to be playing it nice and quiet, but it's going to get spotted out by the Jet. He's stuck in this corner. They are going to swing out on him. He does get one. Can he get another one? It's not going to happen. He's going to get brought down by his own teammate. Oh, no. He knew that the damage was there, but they already have the spike down. It's going to be a 2v2 at the moment, but Dam is going to be able to grab one, and now it's all up to Grover. Can he be Super Grover in this time? He is going to get mollied off. The shock dart trying to get a little bit of damage in, but they are being diffused, and he's not going to be able to push through that smoke. as Dill's going to be able to clean that up. Texas A&M is going to be taking round number 1.
That was a great push by them. It was unfortunate to see a death just by a teammate as well, but solid plays by Kwanski on Killjoy there, being able to take out that recon dart as quick as it hit the ground. Only giving away 1 position there, which is great. Helms had a rough spot there, being tucked back in that corner. Saw that Jet hit the cage or the tripwire and wanted to take the shot, but unfortunately was on the other side of the boxes. That kind of gave his positioning away, but that's okay. And always a rough spot. C is a rough spot to plant the bomb, because if you don't plant for long, you're almost setting yourself up for failure if you're not dominating that round. If you're going a 1v2 or even a 1v1 and not being able to plant that for long, it puts you in a little bit of a predicament sometimes.
Yeah, as we're going to be opening up on round 2. This is really interesting from Aggro. He's actually going to be playing the short corner. He's trying to swing out. He grabs 2 immediately, and Dam is going to grab 1 in short as well. So A is not looking really nice right now, but it looks like the rest of Georgia Tech might want to push this through just to be like, okay, yeah, we're saving. Might as well try to get a couple picks here. We know that there's 2. And they both have Spectres, so we'll see what they decide to do here. They're just kind of chilling, relaxing, hanging out.
It's definitely an interesting commitment that I'm seeing here. I'm surprised they're not rotating out. It might be safer. I think they're worried that they're trying to fake the rotate out. They're doing it so quietly. It's kind of putting them in a little bit of a situation here.
Yeah, and they are just gonna get blinded and pushed through. So really good hold by Texas A&M, but that was a full save round on the side of Georgia Tech. So they are going to be full buying here. But that was just a really good positioning call by Aggro and Dam at the very beginning of A, just to be able to push out, hide in that corner, wait for them to push, and take what they can. But now it's going to be the gun diff. Let's see if Georgia Tech could actually find a couple more picks now that they have the gun advantage, or if Texas A&M is just going to be riding on the momentum and just take the fight to them.
Well, Aggro is out here living up to his name, just pushing up C long pretty quickly and taking out Mardo. So that's a pretty impressive start to begin with.
Yeah, he just wanted that kill immediately, using the range of the Spectre to its fullest advantage. You know, sometimes you have to just get in there, and that was the best way to go about it. Barcode, looking for another one, but just gonna send out the owl drone, maybe get some information. Right here. See if anybody's in cubby. Nope. Is gonna spot the one on long. Is tagged, and Aggro gonna be trying to push through, but Ox is gonna be able to clean that up quite quickly. Grover trying to get some more information out for the team, but they have even up the count here. Oh, damn! It's just so close to this corner. If they don't check this corner, I feel like Dam is gonna get a lot out of this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he got one. Now they know. He sends in the blind. He's trying to get some more information out of here, but Ox is gonna be able to clean up Barcode in the back. Oh, they have the information. They knew that he's out here somewhere, so they're trying to bang it. Damn. Switching up sides. No, he's gonna push through the smoke. Oh, and they're going to just swing on him. He grabs one. He grabs another one before getting brought down. 13 seconds on the clock here, though. So, Georgia Tech is on the back foot. They have to go. But Dill, going to be able to flash one. Going to be able to clean up the rest of them as the clock was against them. Just going to be able to clean that up, bringing up the lead to 3-0.
That was definitely a solid hold off by Dam there. The tiptoes and the playing back and forth there across that smoke caused them to have to rethink there. It made them play super cautious, super slow, and it got them to have to push on site super quickly. And unfortunately, it just put them in a predicament where they couldn't get that plant down, even if they tried hard.
Yeah, they either had to, lace up and go, or get caught, and they got caught. That's just how it is. But once again, round 3 looks like the teams are going to be a little bit more even in terms of guns here, but we'll see how it goes. Just playing it nice and slow this time. Georgia Tech is being a little bit more cautious, just trying to look for either picks or anything, really. They're just trying to take guns out of their hands. This is a save round for them. So for the
Get a
most
little
part,
intel.
playing it nice and slow. Getting some more information. And even though they are on a save, they do lose one. Dill is going to be able to grab Grover on A. It looks like they are going to head towards A. There was a little bit of push there, but Aggro going to be able to grab Kwansky. But Dark Matter is going to be able to trade that out, but and Dam is going to grab another one. So now it's just going to be the Jet versus the World Ox. Going to be able to get brought down there. Helms is going to be able to close that out 4-0. Once again, it was a save round for them. So this next round, full guns once again. We'll see if anything decides to switch up here.
Save rounds are really good. One of the hard things with save rounds though is you don't know whether or not you want to play individually and hope for those picks, which is seemingly what we just witnessed here. We had somebody going down off on A as well as somebody being taken out on B and then in garage and then another two on C. Kind of a spread out there on your save rounds, and I'm always a little bit concerned in whether or not that save round and hoping for those random picks is the way to go, or if you should play a little bit more as a team for those picks.
Yeah, they do use the run it back. They try to go into short, but that gave him information that Dam is in short. So we'll see if he decides to play it out here. They do send up a smoke onto A, and there's a couple of pokes coming around on B window. And they are just going to be playing it slow. They are all really close to A. Like, there's 4 on A, and it looks like Georgia Tech kind of wants to push through this, but meanwhile, the spike is still on the other side. With Georgia Tech, they haven't quite rotated it out here. Oh, but now they do. TP's up, or just that's a fake TP. He's trying to go the other way. Oh, he sees the gun. Dill trying to spray through it, not quite tight enough. He's gonna be able to get the readjust using the run it back. So now it's just playing nice and quiet. Darkened Matter. Oh, he doesn't see the other Omen on the other side. He does see him now. He's gonna be able to grab him. Now it's a 3v3. Kwansky's already in the back, but it's going to get brought down there. But Grover's going to be able to trade out Dill, who was already on site. So Grover just trying to get some information. Sending up the shock dart, trying to get a little bit of pressure. But Tamu Aggro on Texas A&M, trying to get a little bit more pressure. And he's going to get brought down here. Darkened Matter and Grover are going to be able to lock it down and get the first point here for Georgia Tech.
Solid plays there. It was a great defense for that spike plant. Definitely well done. We saw Aggro trying to go up above that wall there and try to get a pick there with the ult. Unfortunately, wasn't able to catch anybody because they were both hidden pretty tightly there. So well played by them on that.
Yeah, at first, you know, when you see 4 people on A site, you're like, oh no, this is scary. But they decided to push through. They found picks one at a time, which is the proper way to go about it, and they were able to clean up. So got the first points on the board, but that's not going to stop the momentum of Texas A&M, as they're going to be trying to look for a little bit more pressure coming out of here. So for the most part, once again, default, trying to get some information. The barcode is going to be able to see a couple out on B grass, playing it nice and slow. Sending the swarm grenade through. I want to see Aggro right now is just pushing on through. Does he? No, he's checking one corner, but Mardo is going to be able to find one. Mardo, like punishing Aggro for that.
Aggro is definitely living up to the Aggro name there, and Mardo is ready for him at this point in time, because this is the second or third time he's peaked long, and it's definitely the second time that he's pushed up.
Yeah, and they're gonna send out the Paranoia as well, trying to get a little bit more damage. Blinds 2, but gets 3 total. As Dam playing it nice and quietly. Meanwhile, Kwansky's trying to play in the back, gonna be able to find Helms. But Grover doesn't quite have a recon dart, not ready yet, so Dill's gonna be able to find that kill. So now it's up to Kwansky here for Georgia Tech. She's trying to get some information. 12 seconds left on the clock here. And they might just save. It might be the smarter play just to hang on to the gun. Don't die. You know, just no need to take the plant or anything. Just make sure that you have this gun for the next round. And that's exactly what they're going to do. It's going to be 5-1 as Texas A&M is going to be pushing their advantage a little bit further.
It is a super iffy thing to save the weapon there, because if Marto goes down this time, Marto was able to full buy this time. So it wasn't Marto, it was Kwanski that actually lived and will be able to full purchase next round as well. So it worked out pretty well for them. But unfortunately, it puts you in a little bit of predicament not being able to full buy next round because of the fact that the changes have been made to if you're saving and you didn't get that plant off.
Oh, aggro going super fast with an op. Is going to find Marto this time. Saying, you got me last round, not this round. I'm going to make sure that you're erased quickly. But the rest of the team for Georgia Tech is actually around this corner. And aggro's just trying to peek, trying to get some information. Once again, the op play is coming through. Aldrone does spot them. So aggro going to grab another one. Can he grab another one through the smoke? Trying to figure out where they're at. Applying a lot of pressure. Going to get him with the classic. So Kwanski's going to be able to take down that op. But the damage is already done here. Kwanski going to be able to grab another one. But Helms is going to be able to clean up the rest of it for Texas A&M. And save the op.
It was a super well played defense there by aggro. Being able to hold off, get two with the op is an excellent thing coming up C long, as well as being able to take Jet out with that classic. Just already kind of destroyed their plan to push for C. I'd like to see a little bit of change up though when we have those things happen. It looks like we're seeing a lot of Texas committing straight to those sites and not wanting to deter from that plan, which might be a little bit of a detriment to their score here.
Oh, and aggro gonna switch it up and get Ox this time, playing on A. So they said C long is a nope. Oh, Helms is gonna be able to get them through the smoke thanks to the tag. But ill trying to break down the speed here is gonna send that up, but Helms already has Barcode's back already. So now it's just gonna be Marto with the stinger. Can he get anything? No. Barcode is going to be able to just swing out, clean that up. So 7-1 in favor of Texas A&M.
It was a rough buy, but it looks like this round they'll be able to full buy, which will put them on an even playing field. And hopefully Georgia Tech will be able to do a little bit more there. I think we just need to watch out for aggro and the aggro plays that are coming out and that we're seeing pretty well executed right now, especially with that op.
Yeah, and I think Georgia Tech is actually picking up on this, and they're heavily leaning towards A. So if that's the play, it's just, you know, we want to run this as quickly as possible. The run it back is coming out from Dill. It's going to get brought down, but also the run it back from Marto as well. Trying to find some information. Going to get flashed. Grabs one through the full blind, and they're going to try to execute here on A as quickly as they can. But Dam's going to pick up two. Aggro going over the top, trying to catch somebody around the crate here, but Helms just playing on the outside. One player is already detained. That's pretty big for Georgia Tech as they're going to try to plant here, and they are going to get it. And the spike is currently down, so clock is now on Texas A&M for them to be able to execute here. Aggro holding down this corner. The Aldrone coming around the corner, going to be able to find one. But also, Grover's going to get brought down. Now they're going to try to go for the defuse. It's all up to Marto versus the world. It's not going to happen. As Helms is just ready.
It's a full run, rotate. You know, you got to panic and go for that defense there. The spike there was a little bit of a questionable position. I mean, it's planted for short, which I think is a harder position to hold for a defense of the spike. You're able to get hit by heaven as well as the entire site. It's just too much to hold to make sure that that spike is in a good position. And Helm's definitely holding down site pretty well, clearly making out those call outs that allowed his team to take that site pretty great.
Yeah, this is an interesting round. It looks like it's full buys but light armor for Georgia Tech, as they're going to be applying a little bit more pressure. But Dill just saying like, okay, I'm going to play on the smoke. I'm going to push up as quickly as I can. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is playing nice and quietly here. trying to figure out which site to execute. Aldrone coming through for Texas A&M. Sees one in garage. Shots are going through. Trying to get a couple of wall bangs here, but Darkened Matter is actually going to grab the first one here. Just a couple of exchanges here. So Georgia Tech actually has the advantage here. They're looking for it. Aggro going to get pushed up by Ox this time, and now it's all up to Dam. Let's see how well he is going to try to execute here. Oh, the recon bolt gave away the positioning, but also the bounce of that one as well kind of gave a little bit of information that Sova is around that corner. Oh, the near sight trying to go around, grabs two, but Grover already has their sight on the door, going to be able to clean that up, and another round going to Georgia Tech.
It was a well-played execution there by Georgia Tech. Being able to take control of garage and push on to C is huge. Not holding garage in that situation puts your teammates on C in a bit of a spot when they push through, because you're trying to hold long thinking that your garage is covered. Unfortunately, that's how we saw Helms go down there in that corner. We had Ox come straight through and be able to pick him off pretty quickly.
So yeah, they're playing it nice and quick. Aggro just pushing through once again, just gives them the point and click simulator. And he's looking for another one. He knows that there's another one around the corner. He's going to grab that one as well, but Darkened Matter is going to be able to trade them out. But the damage is already done. A 2-for-1 is solid, but the loss of the op might be big. But I feel like their economy is fine. Texas A&M just playing it slower again. They still have the spike down in the corner there for Georgia Tech. So looking for picks, playing it nice and slow. Unfortunately for them, they don't know how close these two omens are. They're chilling. They're like, yeah, okay, you're gonna push the smoke. You're gonna push the smoke. I'm gonna wait here. They're both waiting. They're just playing around the same smoke. Something's gonna happen. There's still 45 seconds, and Darkened Matter's gonna grab it. Oh man, that is great to watch. Barcode's Aldrone is going to get picked off, and they know it came from garage, so they are going to be playing a little bit more safe from that. And all the ult coming through. Barcode finds one. Grover going to get taken down, and can they find another one? It doesn't look like they're going to. Darkened Matter. Oh, saw that one coming through. Can he get the pick? It's not going to happen. Barcode's going to be able to clean that up, and Texas A&M is going to be able to lock it down as we head into the last round.
That spike plant ult, just being able to shut down that plant and put them in a spot where I think we're at 25 seconds when that death occurred and we were down on the spike, which means that you only have 25 seconds to grab that spike, make sure you plant it in a safe position, be able to execute an entire plant and defense strategy in time. And unfortunately, we weren't able to execute that.
Yeah, it's a little risky here. They pulled the ult as quickly as they could, and they're gonna try to push this through. Ox trying to get a little bit more pressure. Has the sights on the first one. Is gonna be able to send the knives into Helms. Darkened Matter holding down this corner. Kwanski gonna get that plant down, but Aggro pushing through. Knives out, ready to go. No, the owl drone. No, put that away, Sova. You're not ready for this. Aggro trying to get a couple more kills. This time playing the op on long, so it's a reverse hit here. Now they're holding the spike down with the op from long, and now it's a 2v3 situation here as we're heading into the end of the round. They are going to be able to grab one. Darkened Matter trying to get this through. He sees a shoulder, but they're going to be able to trade that out. Now it's a 1v1. It's going to be Dill versus Darkened Matter. Darkened Matter shows a little bit of a hand there, and Dill is going to be able to bang it through the box and bring the lead up to 10 as they're going to be entering the half.
And we got a little too close to looking at the spike. It almost looked like we forgot that we planted it there, and we wanted to go for a defuse and gave himself up. That was a rough spot to be in.
Yeah, they knew that they had it there, but the hardest part was knowing that you had to defuse with an op looking down long. They hit him with, you know, the true reverse Uno card, and they said, okay, well, if you're gonna plant for long, we're gonna take long. And it was just unfortunate timing for Grover, but that's just how it is. 10-2, Texas A&M going to be trying to close this out on offense with this round, and this is going to be a really big round for Georgia Tech. If they're able to win this, they could maybe even stabilize a bit, maybe get a couple more rounds. But if Texas A&M decides to take this as quickly as they can, it might be GG for them. Not saying that it is, but it's just very difficult to play while having a economic disadvantage. But the fight's already breaking out. Kwanski, Grover is already grabbing 1 or 2 here. It is going out in their favor. And now they're just gonna quick execute on A. A couple of people went B, most of them went A. Oh, they do see the corner there. They're gonna grab 2 now, so now it's a 3v3, full even play. They do throw the near sight. Oh, and they are tagged up quite heavily. Dark and Matter gonna be able to grab 1. Kwanski's gonna go down, but Dam's gonna get traded out here. Now it's just up to Barcode. Barcode versus the world. Can they hold it down? No, Dark and Matter's gonna be able to clean that up. And Georgia Tech trying to turn this into a game, as they're going to be taking the economic advantage going into the next half.
That was a great pushback onto A instead of committing to B there. And that's not something that we saw very often with Texas in their attacks. We saw them commit almost fully to site. So it's definitely a different play style that we're seeing here with the switch here.
Yeah, the switch on side, it gives them a lot of time. And usually, you know, for us, teams don't like to execute on B on round 1 just because there's so many different angles that you have to watch. But they did a really smart play of like kind of split pushing. They kind of send a diversion one way. They force the team to rotate as they're doing here, like pushing really heavily into Garage. And they do get the pick on Mardo as quickly as possible. And now they're just waiting for the rest of them to push through. And they're just going to take whatever guns they can. So that's exactly what's happening. They pushed through Garage. They grabbed 1. They waited for the aggressive push out of A. And so now it's a 3v5. Texas A&M is starting to execute here. Trying to spray through here, but they don't know how close they are on the other side. But the spray, Kwanski grabbing 3 already. Can they get it? Oh, the blind from their own teammate. Can they do it? No. Still going to be able to get brought down here. Dark and Matter's going to get more favor points and grab the rest of it. So, oh man, that was a little spooky from Georgia Tech, but they were able to clean that up there as they head into this next round.
That was a little rough. Dark and Matter blinding your own teammate is always a tough spot to be in. I don't know if Kwanski would have been able to get that kill off on Dill right away, but definitely put him in a little bit of a spot there, being blinded. Cypher could have easily pushed up. Was it Cypher? No, who was in short? Yeah, it was Cypher. Cypher was in short. Holding,
yeah, he was in short. Yes.
And just could have easily been pushed on that during that blind. Put him in a little bit of a spot.
Yeah, he's like, you wanted the ace? No, not today. But he's gonna be able to clean that up. So we're gonna get a couple of trade outs here, favoring Texas A&M this time. And he doesn't know. He's just pushing so quickly. Kwanski got behind them, but Ox already got the pick. Already at 4 HP, but does have an op in hand. So see where they decide to go with this. The spike is already down. And now they're just playing it nice and quiet. Oh, did not check that bottom corner. Ox is going to get caught there. Now it's just Grover. They know where he lives. They're sending him Amazon packages through the mail. And by Amazon packages, I mean bullets. As Grover is trying to figure out a way how to do this. He might just save the op and run, which would be a smart play. He's trying not to get scanned. He's leaving. He doesn't want to be here. Now, where does he go to hide?
It does look like Dad is chasing him down, though, or at least trying to.
This is a very interesting game of Pac-Man. We'll see. We'll see if the ghosts find him. No, he's gonna just chill in the corner. Grover's able to save an op here, so they're probably gonna give that either to Ox. They are, but the rest of the team is kind of broke. So this is kind of a hero op, and we'll see if Georgia Tech could really capitalize on this. Meanwhile, Texas A&M is kind of sitting in an okay economic spot. They don't need to spend too much. Aggro did lose that off, so has to play on kind of a lighter buy. But we'll see if Ox can find the same picks that Aggro was able to as they're heading into this defense.
might not be a bad thing. We do see aggro with his ult ready, so it is. We might see a little bit of knives going out.
Yeah, they are gonna get that plant down quick, and that is on B site. But this is really interesting. The entire team of Texas is just nowhere close to site. Skwanski's gonna be popping that popping the Killjoy ult. Damn, gonna be able to grab that corner and making sure that everything is safe. They're gonna try to get this defuse off as quickly as possible. Ox gonna be able to grab one, not even. They're just gonna get taken down as they're gonna be able to take this up to match point here.
That is such a strong place to plant. If you have a full team and are able to execute it as quickly as they did, it's such a strong plant and such a strong hold from where they are, because there's nowhere you can go. There's nothing you can do to defend that. I think just shy of maybe a Killjoy wall, you're not gonna get that defuse unless you're taking out the team as well.
Yeah, like even with a defuse or like even a smoke, it's just out so much in the open. Without a flank, it's essentially just a firing squad at that point. So Mardo gonna pop the ult, pushing as much as they can, grabs 2 already, and now they're gonna start applying a little bit more pressure to where his body was, and they're gonna back out. He's gonna back out for sure, but they are gonna leave. They're gonna leave the Omen here. Dark and Matter is just gonna be chilling here in the corner, trying to see if there's anybody gonna be peeking out. Grover tries to get a little bit of information, but the recon bolt's immediately destroyed. So trying to get a little bit of information. Bardo's gonna go down. Dark and Matter's gonna grab Barcode, and now it is a 3v1 Helms versus the world here. Helms. Oh, they almost caught each other. Oh, he saw the gun. And they are going to be able to get that, but Dark and Matter is going to be able to clean that up. So Georgia Tech backs against the wall, trying to make a comeback here. They bring up the score to 5.
That was a big play with the run it back there by by Dill being able to come out on D and take out 2 people before his run it back ran out, and unfortunately had to reload. He might have been able to get 3 there before that, but able to run back and be in a safe position still, having a teammate there to defend that body and make sure that there's nobody pushing that. Also a great play, great team effort there.
Yeah, and this time they are going to try to execute on A quick, and the team knows they're going as fast as they can. So Dill trying to get a little bit more pressure, but damn, he's behind them. They didn't even know. He just TP'd into hell. So they were so busy with the run it back that they just possibly forgot about this. But Ox knives out his match point. 2v5. How are they going to go about this? He does peek the corner. He's going to get brought down quickly by aggro. So now it's Mardo versus the world. Mardo trying to check the corner, gets scanned out. They know where he is, and Helms is just going to swing that corner and take it out. So 13-5 going in the way of Texas A&M as they are going to be pushing on through here, and they take Haven.
Well, Texas A&M played their previous match on Haven, so again, I'm curious to see if that was their pick, if that was beneficial for them because of that.
Yeah, if they did decide to pick that, as we see the scores out there, it is really interesting to point that out. Like, you know, their last map was on Haven. If they got the map pick, are they more comfortable on that map pick? Just, you know, MVPs coming out here were Dam and Aggro, just being able to get 21 apiece and just apply a lot more pressure to this team. And yeah, we just saw how well that worked out for Texas A&M.
Definitely. And aggro definitely lived up to the name aggro, was able to push into spots, to hold spots. We saw him A long right out in the beginning of the round with the pistol, and just the jet dash away is such a beneficial thing, allows you to do things like that and be as aggro as you can on the push up for even defense. So that was an interesting thing, a great thing to see. Definitely lived up to that aggro name, pushing out so well and being able to get those picks pretty consistently.
Yeah, their W key was just, you know, glued down. They were just like, okay, we're gonna go hide in a corner, just wait for the right picks. And yeah, Tailwind is just so strong on Jet, and they were able to utilize that to the fullest advantage. Get yourself in a sticky situation, back out immediately, and take that to the fullest advantage. But honestly, really good matchup. Texas A&M and Georgia Tech. At first, we thought, you know, Georgia Tech was looking a little bit shaky, but they did decide to, push it up, especially on defense. They started piling up a couple more rounds. But Texas A&M really came out on defense as hard and as quickly as they could. And yeah, they just made that as difficult as possible for them. So Texas A&M will be moving on into tomorrow's half. We'll see how the rest of it goes. But yeah, it's just been a lot of really solid matches the whole day.
It has. This was definitely a little bit of a change of pace here than we saw in our first match today, and it was a little bit more even-sided. It's still a really tough thing. I think Haven is such a rough map to play if you're not prepared for Haven. There's just so many options you can go with, so many ways to rotate, and it's just a difficult thing. And Texas A&M seems to have more experience with the map itself.
Yeah, it just looked like they were really comfortable there. Um, but yeah, tomorrow, just to remind everybody who is on stream right now, tomorrow we will have semifinals and finals. Those matches will be determined throughout the course of today. Make sure to check on the bracket. We will be updating that to let you guys know who's going to be playing later down the line. So let's just see how the rest of this unfolds. We have a lot to, unpack and uncover. So yeah. Any closing thoughts, Steph?
We do. I mean, this was it for today, and I'm stoked for tomorrow. Which, if you join us again tomorrow at 12 noon PST for the finals, we will show you some absolutely amazing gameplay that is going to be brought to you by Academy of Art University, as well as the San Jose State University and their esports. And it's powered by Red Bull Gaming, guys. Which, come on, who doesn't love Red Bull? And please make sure to register for Campus Cut Class for your university. Come play, come be a part of this as well, and we hope to see you guys there.
So yeah, everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Triple kill. Boom, boom. Taking it out. Oh my god.